Hello guys, S2W here with your next casual consumer's perspective review. Since I've just uploaded my video review of the Nike Blazer Mid Grim Reaper by Off-White yesterday, I think for this video, it'll be more of a chill overview instead, as this shoe is essentially more or less the same minus the colorway. Today, I have the 10 Nike Blazer Mid All Hallows Eve by Off-White here for a closer look. So if you missed my previous video, Nike and Off-White has continued their partnership by releasing the next colorways to the Nike Blazer Mid since almost a year ago from its first release in 2017. Considered as one of the most underrated silhouette of the 10 collection, this 2018 iteration of the Blazer Mid finally makes a comeback in celebration of Halloween, with a release called the Spooky Pack that includes two colorways. The Grim Reaper, which I've reviewed prior to this video, is already in my channel, so make sure you go watch that if you haven't yet. Whereas in this video, we are lucky enough to see these All Hallows Eve as I was able to obtain a pair in hand coincidentally. So Toronto had quite a few pairs available and I was able to win 2 pairs of these Blazer Mids. However, both of my pairs were the Grim Reaper colorway. Out of sheer luck, as I was picking my pairs up, the lucky winner behind me was picking up 2 of his pairs as well. Not only did he wear the same size as me, but he won 2 pairs of the All Hallows Eve instead. I asked if he would like to trade a pair with me since we were the same size, and voila, he was happy to do so, and here we have it. Now in terms of its design, it's really just the same as its twin Grim Reaper colorway because the base silhouette used is the Nike Blazer Mid. It's a mid-cut sneaker designed for a more supportive and comfortable profile, as it was originally made for playing basketball in the 70s. But over time, it has now become street ready with a modern twist, especially with Off-White's precise art-like deconstructed design. We continue to see the translucent fly mesh panel on the lateral side just like the Grim Reaper had, and then we'll see some intricate stitching and tape overlays underneath as well, whereas the rest of the shoe is mainly constructed with a premium leather finish. We see this first on the backside and collar area of the lateral surface, and then the back of the shoe where the heel counter is, and basically most of the medial side of the sneaker. Again, just like what the Grim Reaper had. If we move a little forward to the forefoot of the medial side, a section of smooth suede overlay is attached here, which is also connected to the rest of the suede panels that make up the reinforcement of the eye stays of this sneaker. What's primarily different than a Grim Reaper colorway is that on these All Hallows Eve, the shoe takes a lighter tone with beige as the overall base colorway, with a sharp pumpkin orange Nike swoosh that takes on the branding on both sides of the sneaker. If you haven't noticed, the swoosh is actually connected to each other by going around the back, and is a separate piece of material that's adhered onto the shoe rather than sitting flush against it. Branding wise, we'll continue to see the famous Nike and Off-White text at the medial side, indicating all the details of this collab, which is seen on every Nike and Off-White model released till date. While on the lateral side, we'll see a little rectangular tab that's in teal instead of the regular orange shading. The shoe also came with the staple Off-White hand tag, and just like the Grim Reaper, this came done in a baby blue shading rather than red, which is what's usually seen previously in their collabs. Furthermore, the sneaker comes with flat nylon laces in beige as well, with shoelaces in quotation near the aglets, and if we think it looks too plain, this collab also comes with a separate piece of shoelaces in teal, which I actually think it looks better for this colorway. At the forefront, we continue to see a toe guard piece extending over the surface of the fly mesh to keep the durable heritage of the Blazers intact. Whereas the smaller details, such as the zigzag stitchings and pinholes that make up the shape of the swoosh, is still seen on this pair as well, exactly like the Grim Reapers featured. As for the tongue, we will see the same deconstructed design of an exposed foam piece, another staple and comfortable look to the Off-White and Nike design. Orange stitchings is present on this pair too, with Nike's sportswear logo patch stitched at the side as well. At the back of the shoes, we will see the same constructive design that we examined on the Grim Reapers, where a piece of suede envelops the Nike branding at the top with more exposed foam surrounding the edges, while a series of characters is seen at the bottom again that roughly translates to fall of 2018, men's basketball, and possibly the model number of the silhouette and sizing. The insides of the shoe aren't really anything special, as the wall lining is just covered with regular fabric and the padding around is just ordinary, better than nothing, and most of it is felt at the top, most likely to lessen the harshness there as we walk. The shoe also comes with glue down insoles, with the 10 and Off-White branding printed at the heel portion. This foam insole is really important, as it's really the only cushioning that we'll get under our feet. Lastly, the midsole and outsole. They're both made out of durable rubber, so that will make sure the shoe can take some beating on the ground. It's tough by touch, so make sure you don't get kicked by them. But jokes aside, here's what it looks like for the outsole, which contains your regular zigzagging traction pattern for a strong grip against all types of surfaces. Anyways, here are some of the 10 Nike Blazer Mid All Hallows Eve by Off-White fit footage. Sizing wise, I went true to size with my wide feet, and it worked out for me after I had loosened up the laces. I don't think going up half size is needed, as it does fit kinda long in my opinion, so toe space would be an issue if I went up half a size. But again, if you want more room, then you gotta do what you gotta do. But just letting you know, redoing the whole lacing system when your feet is in rather than factory tightness can do wonders. Comfort wise, like I've said in my Grim Reaper's review, they're average. Most of the impact absorption will be done by the insole, but let's face it, the insole isn't that thick to begin with, so most likely people getting these are buying for the looks of it, collab status, or simply for hype. There's just too many new cushioning technologies available at this point in time that these are definitely more for fashion. The shoe is also surprisingly more lightweight than it looks, but breathability wise might be leaning on the warmer side due to its thick construction. Other than that, I originally didn't like this colorway a lot. The Black Grim Reaper I thought were a lot more versatile and way easier to rock, but after seeing these All Hallows Eve on feet, they don't look as hard to pull off at all. The bright colors of this shoe makes it very eye-catching and apparent, and honestly, I low-key think it looks better than the Grim Reapers now. I can't wait to switch it to the teal lacing too, to give it more contrast, but other than that, both of the blazers released for this spooky pack were beautiful. You really can't go wrong with either colorways in my opinion, and at $170 Canadian retail, which is some of the lowest prices we'll see especially for a collab, I'm very thankful for the guy who was willing to swap with me in line, so shout out to him. As always, throw me some likes if you like this video and let me know in the comments what you think the better colorway and the spooky pack did you prefer. It seems like Off-White and Nike is coming with more colorways of their previous silhouettes the coming days and months to end 2018, so a lot of people who missed the first drop can finally get a taste of the second wave releases. That's it for today, S2W signing off.